What a horrific and compelling story. And I can only wonder how many other victims of crime, severe and serious crime, during the tender of Melinda Katz have similar stories to tell. That's why anyone who goes to my platform, go on it today, you will see the first item I have on my platform is victims' rights. And as district attorney, I will establish a victims liaison unit whose charge will be to advise everyone who is a victim of any crime in Queens County what the status of the case is, who the assigned district attorney is, what's going on with the case. It will even apply to closed cases, because Melinda Katz talks a lot about an a conviction integrity unit. That's a great concept, but it has to be done right. It has to be done right. And when you're taking a serious look as a district attorney regarding vacating convictions in situations where we have victims who have family members who were murdered and severely injured. It isn't just that you're going to be talking to the appellate attorneys and to the victim and to the advocates of the convicts in the jail. You'll talk to them, but who's reaching out to the involved victims and giving them notice of what's going on and giving them an opportunity to be heard before final decisions are made? And as Madeline says, I'll give you the answer: nobody. That will change when I become elected district attorney. Now, I'd like to take a moment to introduce a dear friend and colleague who came up in the ranks in the NYPD side by side with me. I was appointed in 1979. My good friend, Chief Thomas Chan, was appointed in 1982. He had a remarkable career. He rose to the 3-star Chief of Transportation, and he has a story to tell as well that I believe not only represents his concerns and frustrations, but those of tens and tens of thousands of our fellow officers who worked shoulder to shoulder through very difficult decades of crime in New York City in the late 80s and early 90s to make our city safe again, and is now witnessing an unexcusable retreat from public safety. Tom Chan.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, everyone. My name is Thomas Chan. I'm a retired NYPD chief after 38 and a half years. I was the Chief of Transportation, if some of you may remember. I'm also a lifelong New Yorker and a resident of Queens. I've been talking to many Asian New Yorkers, and the Asian New Yorkers and the voters are waking up today. They are waking up today and realizing that the politicians are not serving the people. Politicians are helping themselves. Politicians are not fulfilling their commitments and engagement and promises to the community. The politicians today coddle and support our criminals instead of our victims. Judge Grasso has worked with the New York City Police Department and also worked as a judge. 43 years, I count altogether, involved in law enforcement. 43 years. 30 years with the NYPD, from a police officer to the first deputy commissioner of the police department, the second one in command under Kelly. During that time period, crime went down every year. Every year it went down while he was deputy commissioner. As a judge, he mentioned it, he was in Brooklyn. He was in the Bronx, became supervising a judge in Queens also and Bronx. Phenomenal. So that's 43-year track record. We have a man here who has a track record as someone who supports law enforcement, will enforce the law. Unfortunately, today, the Asian community sees it, and New Yorkers see it, and I see it. I see that the crime is winning after 25, 26 years after we've reduced it. We made this a safer city. Now we're losing it after 2020. Crime is up. Take a look. Let's look. Victims are not getting justice. subway crime, subway pushers, and I'm not talking about drugs. The people that push you down onto the subway tracks, are they going to jail? The people who are targeting our seniors, Asians, hate crimes, gun violence. Well, if you didn't shoot the gun, we're going to release you. That's fine. We have to wait until you shoot somebody before we keep you in jail. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Judge Grasso supports our law enforcement. He's been part of our law enforcement apparatus and judiciary. He will make a difference. You don't have to tell him what his job is. Politicians lie to us and make up things. We don't need politicians as district attorneys because they will help themselves. And she's mentioned it earlier. Politicians as district attorneys, wake up, New York City. Do not vote for politicians for district attorney. Vote for somebody who will do the job. We need fighters. We need crime fighters. And George Grasso is a crime fighter. We take a look at Bragg. And ultimately, it's like hiring somebody to do your lawn, take care of your lawn. But meanwhile, he doesn't mow it. He doesn't get rid of the dandelions or the weeds. Please, support George Grasso. I endorse him. I will vote for him because he will keep Queens safe. That's what Queens wants, and that's what Queens needs. Thank you very much.